When we came in here this evening, Minister, we were told there was going to be a review, and during the debate you told us there was going to be a pattern-like commission, which is fundamentally different, and you need to clarify just exactly what is proposed, because if we're looking at a pattern-like commission, you are then questioning the changes that you yourself made, and you're certainly not expressing confidence in the Garda, because that is a very fundamental change, and that is what you have announced this evening. Minister, we were told that you told us this evening that there was a minimum of a 65% inflation rate, and these happened. These breath tests, for example, supposedly, or the phantom tests, were supposedly carried out, they were supposedly supervised, and they were recorded. Now, I talked to an ex-guard who knows about these things, and he said that these are supposed to be supervised by an inspector or a superintendent. That often didn't happen. Anyone that was highlighting an issue of deficiency in the system was totally vilified. The management were aware that it was extremely poorly managed. Some quiet roads were expected to produce the same number of fines as busy roads. There was always the magic number of 3 per checkpoint, 3 seatbelt offences, 3 tax NCT offences, 3 failed breath tests. The kind of thing that I'm hearing, and all you've got to do is talk to somebody who was involved in this. The collection of fines, were appointed to specific warrant officers. This proved inefficient, and collection wasn't really prioritised. At times, cheques and money orders were collected and not processed. They were left in drawers in Garda stations. There was then situations where a huge number of fines were cancelled in the courts because the fines were there, and there was an inefficiency, or there was whatever it was going on. Now, how does the Garda Commissioner not know that's going on if it's known at management level that there is difficulties with this system? I don't know, tittle tattle when you think about it, of knowing about Mick Wallace and his phone could be known about, and something as significant as this. I've got to say, Minister, I don't buy it. I think this was a wholesale. This was a wholesale system of inflating and it was systematic through the force. Just in relation to, is it a commission, is it a pattern-like commission, or what is it?
Okay, Minister, do you wish to respond now?
What the government has said is that we do believe, given the series of issues which have emerged, that it is time for review of the issues I outlined earlier to the House in relation to the organisation and management of Garda Síochána. But what I've also said is that I would want to consult with colleagues and around the House and have a discussion as the exact best way forward. Some people have called for a pattern-like commission. Others have said that we need an independent review, for example, of policing and security, the management systems that are in place. Many people think that, for example, some of the issues which Gardaí have responsibility for should be completely civilianised. All of those issues need an examination. So I'm just giving a broad outline of our thinking in relation to that at this point. In relation to what you said about that it was systematic throughout Garda Síochána, that's very clear in relation to the alcohol testing. It's very clear that it was across all areas. That figures were inflated across all districts, and that's why we need to have an independent examination of precisely what happened.
Deputy Shortall.
Minister,